Hello everyone, my name is River Stump and welcome back to another video. So today I want to build a house for my Generations Sims kind of let's play that we've got going on. It started out as a rags to riches, but I didn't want to give up on it even once I was done the challenge. So here we are building a house for hopefully them to stay in for a little while. So I really wanted to put us in the new high school years pack. Or I guess it's not even a pack, but in the world. So that's where we're building. You might be able to see the fair kind of in the background. But I just thought it would be nice with Max starting high school and the kids growing up fast. So I wanted a upstairs, a main floor, and a basement. So it's technically like a 3-leveled house. I never really remember to build with basements, so I'm really happy that I was able to. But yeah, you can just kind of see me forming the shape of it, making a few mistakes along the way, of course. And I didn't like how flat it was turning out, so I actually ended up kind of changing it a little bit on the back there. It's very much a work in progress, but you know, I am here to learn and I love building the Sims houses, so it's worth it. And I really wanted to prove to myself that I could build that little corner piece that I see everyone do. I've done it a few times, but I can never seem to remember how to do it when I'm trying to do it. So we got that on there. It's looking pretty good. Just kind of fixing the heights and stuff. So I'm actually going to cut back to when the roof is all done and show you how that looks. Poof, we're back, and this is how the roof is looking right now. I do go in a little bit near the end and kind of tweak it around a little bit, but you know what? I like it. It's looking good. Now I did want kind of like a raised platform on the outside, so I decided to also include that on the inside so the door wasn't floating. I don't know. I think it turned out okay. It's like a little kind of shoe area, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a mud room, I want to say. I don't know. I liked it. For the fence, I ended up going with the black from Growing Together, and then I wasn't sure if I wanted it sticking out or to be nice and flush, so I left it flush for now and went back and kind of reassessed what I wanted. Now, I went back and forth between this for a while, making sure that the basement was aligned with the house. So you can see me kind of trying to trace it. I did actually end up sticking it out one more on the front there just because the stairs fit better. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but I just liked the way it looked better. So yeah, you can see how it's like missing a gap near the back. So I wanted to scoot it back so it wasn't missing that spot, and I was like, well, I could technically like curve it around like that, but then it was missing another spot there, so I tried to see if I could make it work, but I didn't like it. I don't know. We'll see. It stays like that for a little bit. We're worrying about the upstairs right now, and I thought that was just the perfect placement for the stairs, so I blocked off a little bit around it, and it's looking really good. And so I wanted a bathroom kind of off the side of the house, so like anyone coming over to visit can just go and use that bathroom. And then I was like, well, maybe the kitchen over here, living room over there, like we can swap it around. I did build this on stream, so I was kind of chatting away to a few people and you know, not paying attention. I didn't know what cupboards I wanted or really what just like color scheme I wanted. I just knew I wanted to use a lot of fun colors and a lot of the high school years pack. So I tried to furnish like this whole house with high school years, and I think it turned out really nice. But if you're new here, I normally just place down furniture. I will go back and change it, but just to kind of lay out where I want things. So that couch is not going to stay, I promise you. I'm sorry if I scared you a little there. But upstairs, I knew I wanted at least 3 bedrooms. Not necessarily upstairs, but I wanted at least 3, but preferably 4. I managed to get in 4, but I figured that the twins could share a room if they absolutely had to. And to be fair, I probably could have made the rooms bigger if I had have let them like share a room, because then I could have given a bigger master, but that's okay. It's just Nia now. She doesn't need a giant room. I did want to try and get an ensuite bath, so I did, thankfully, which made me really, really happy. And then for downstairs, I wanted it to mostly be Max's room. So Max is the oldest and soon to be teen. So I wanted to put his kind of bedroom over in that corner. But I just didn't love the way it was sitting. So I added this little bump out and said I can put the bed somewheres there. And then I wanted a teen area, but then I was like, you know what? I don't like the way this is looking. We should add on like some sort of bathroom to that. So that way Max can have a bathroom in his room, and then there's a bathroom for like the teenagers who come over to visit. So for the color scheme, I decided to start with the outside. I really didn't know what I want, but I wanted this roof, but I couldn't get those shingles to line up. I don't know if you can see it, but it was driving me nuts. So I just changed it to regular shingles, and it lined up so much better. And then I just put some black trim around all of the roofs, and I went in and I knew I wanted some kind of like stone on the front. So I placed that first just so I had it, and then I wasn't sure what color I wanted. I ended up going with a cream colored house. You can see me looking around to see what the neighbors did, but I didn't love it, but I figured, you know what, we'll go with this for now, and I can always come back to it later. But I don't know, it just seemed a little boring. So yeah, that's what the house looks like. We're onto the porch. I didn't want wood, but then decided maybe kind of like old wood would be nice, because it would be like, what's the word? Kind of like a deck. So I ended up going with that, but then I didn't like the way the door looked, so I ended up changing it to a chocolate brown, which I think looked so good. Now I knew I wanted to use a sneak out window somewheres in this house. It was just a matter of where. So I wanted it in like the teens rooms. Obviously Max couldn't have it because he's in the basement, doesn't have any windows, but the 2 boys upstairs could. So I placed this one and added some kind of like the fencing that you can climb down. And then I was trying to find a window that matched. Spoiler, none of them match. So I ended up just deciding to use these 2 windows, but it couldn't place. Like, it would place, but it would tell me that the game function wouldn't work. So I was like, what's the point of having the sneak out window if you can't use it to sneak out? I don't know why that happened, but that's just what happened. So I ended up going with the growing together windows for the rest of the house. I figured it was probably the closest. I ended up using a lot of brown for the kind of like front of the house, and then I think I used white windows for the back, but I guess we'll have to see and find out, even though I literally just built this house. I already forget. Maybe we just used all brown. I don't even know. So I'm just placing the windows, making sure I like the height of it, because I normally don't build on medium wall height, but I think it turned out okay for this build. I raised up the window a little bit. I hope that doesn't mess with the gameplay. It didn't say anything to me, so I guess we'll just have to test it and see. There's the white windows. So I used white on top and then brown on the bottoms. That's what I did. I don't know if it looks weird or not, but you know what? I like it, so that's really all that matters. Sorry. But I really was liking how it was coming together. So I went inside and decided to pick a chocolate brown floor to match that chocolate brown door. But I wasn't liking the way it was looking. I originally picked this one and then decided I wanted a newer updated one. So I changed it to this brown, which I think looks really well. So for the trimming, well, the walls, I should say first, then I go to the trimming. I wasn't sure what color I wanted. I love gray and I seem to hate beige, but I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and I always use green. So I decided to use beige. I don't know. It's done now. It is what it is, but I think it turned out okay. I was originally going to do it on like this little, like the stairs going down, but I actually do end up changing it. And here's that. I wanted to pick a brown to kind of fit in and then decided to put some stairs along it, both sides, so you can just kind of step on down. I was going to go with these ones in black or brown, but as you can see, the colors don't really match well. So I was like, well, maybe I want like the closed bottom stairs, like maybe those will look better, but I ended up just going with the black ones. I think they're fine. For the kitchen, like I said, I still don't even know my color scheme at this point. I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with. I wasn't sure what was happening. I was just trying to find something that matched with the brown floors and doors. So I ended up going with a brown cupboard with the white top, as you can see there. I'm just placing it around, seeing how it looks, and if I like it. I decided to put the fridge over in the corner. I used the Growing Together one. I wasn't sure if we should go with a more expensive one. I don't know. We can always swap it out. That was my thought process through it all. I just really like the aesthetic of the Growing Together one. It just seems cozy and antique, and I don't know. I like it. I wanted to do upper cabinets, so I ended up using the smaller ones across all three of them, and then all along the sink, and then added in some plates, but that was too many plates, so then I swapped some out. I also knew I wanted an island, wasn't really sure where I wanted it to go, so I fixed the positioning and then swapped it around a little bit. And then ended up adding some bar stools to that in a pink color. You can see it's coral there, but I do change it to that. It's like pink, purple, and blue, I think, swatch. But we'll see that in a little bit. For the dining room table, I was trying to find one that matched that coral color, but nothing seemed to match, which is why I actually ended up changing them, just because I couldn't find it. I don't know. And I didn't like the way the browns were looking together, so I swapped it out for this lighter one as it matches the kind of leg poles on the chairs. And then I found out they have the same color swatch in an actual chair, so I just used that. And then I wanted a rug for underneath because if you know me, I'm a sucker for rugs. So I looked and looked and looked and tried to pick out a rug, and I'm very indecisive, but I really liked that colorful one, but is it too colorful? I don't know. So I decided to stick with it, but I do believe I changed it out after, so if it's driving you nuts, don't worry, it will go away soon. For the couch, I really liked that one, but it was just so small. So I was going to use the Growing Together one, and then I was like, you know what? Like, it's not working, but I hate the lines in this couch. Like, I wish it was just one solid color, or like, I don't know, just different, but I didn't like it. So I'm trying to pull some more fun colors from that rug into this living room, and of course a big TV, but look, that one doesn't break, so we're getting the not breaking one, because why wouldn't we? And I added a fun little rug in, and I believe I also, I changed that one, made it the like cotton candy cloud colored one, but I wasn't sure, so I ended up putting the cotton candy cloud in the living room, and then added just a regular purple one to the living room. And then I found this table. How cute is that? Sized down, I think it looks good. Sized to its normal length, like why is it so big? I don't know. Now I wanted to use these fun doors so the kids can decorate their doors, so I put that in all of the house. I put a shower downstairs, and I of course picked the most expensive toilet we could because why wouldn't we? We're rich at this point. And then I wanted some kind of full counter along the back, but it clearly wasn't working, as you can see, and I wanted a more modern finish. So I actually ended up going with this kind of look, which I think turned out really, really nice. They're actually from the same pack, so they have all the same swatches too, which makes it really convenient. And then I wanted to go with a pink bathroom. Now, I know pink isn't everyone's fancy, but I thought where we were using pinks, purples, and blues, it would be really cool to add like pinks into the bathroom. You know what? It's a girl's house with 3 males and 1 female. But you know what? The mom's a girl. She can do what she wants. There's no gender in colors. So we added the walls. I picked a nice black, so it's black and pink. I think it looks super sharp. And then added the rose gold mirror as well. I do also go back to everything once I'm done kind of figuring out designs, and I will modify them all and add in like little details and clutter and stuff like that. So right now I'm just kind of adding in what I feel is a necessity, and then we will go back and add in clutter stuff. So don't panic if you think my kitchen looks really empty right now. We will go back. Same, I understand there's no pictures on the walls. We'll get there. I was most excited about the downstairs, so I decided to work on the upstairs first, kind of figure out what I want to do, where I knew I wanted that kind of teens lounge. I then replaced the doors with these fun, creative kind of doors, which I don't know, I just thought the kids would like better. So we have Leo and Brad. Now Leo's a very like artsy kid, while Brad is more of like wants to be a politician. So I really tried to reflect that in their rooms. They both seem to really like blue. I don't know why, but I've had like blue their whole lives. So I tried to make it similar, but also different. And they have the same beds and bed color, but you know what? It's fine. I did end up switching it out to different bed colors, but that's just my favorite color out of all of them. So I wanted a little bit of a different colored wall. So I ended up going with a green and a blue. So Leo will have the blue and then Brad will have the green. So I wanted to put some artsy stuff in Leo's room, give him lots to do, and I really liked the fun colors on that, but they didn't match the bed. So I ended up seeing if I could switch it to a color that matched better, and I ended up going with this color combo. So that's kind of how his room looks. I think it's pretty nice. I don't know. Anyways, I added in a little dragon. Even though he's now a child, it's still his like childhood little friend. So I gave him a little nightstand and a fun desk. You'll see me add that in just a second. I actually don't know what I'm looking for here, but yeah, I moved that over there and then put a desk in the corner over on this side by his sneak out window, so he can kind of sit and do his homework and, you know, some fun stuff. So there's that, and I picked a nice little fun yellow chair, and then I found this like tablet from high school years, so I actually gave one to all of the kids so they can kind of play games, have fun, I don't know. So for the rug, I wasn't sure what kind of color combo I wanted. I just knew I wanted it to be fun. So I ended up going with this one and sized it up, and I think that looks really nice. For this room, I went with this blue rug, but also wanted a fun color. So I just ended up giving them the same kind of patterned rug, but different colors. I also moved the desk out from under the bed because, you know, we're not going for storage here, and then added a little reading nook underneath with a bookcase beside it, which I think is really nice. I was going to add some lighting to it, but I thought it was kind of a bit too much. So didn't do that, just added a lamp under the bed in the reading nook, and then this cute little black carpet. Now, he has a Scouts board in his current bedroom, so I added that back in even though I don't know how to use it. So there we go, problem solved. Now this is a bit of a downgrade for them because right now they have bathrooms attached to both of their bedrooms, where now they're gonna have to I can't speak, I'm sorry. Now they're gonna have to share the one, which is perfectly fine. Like, they never really use their bathrooms anyways, so not a big deal. We're working on Mia's room now, which is the mother. I wanted to go with this fun, flowery, happy bed, just where things have been tough lately for her. She literally got married and lost her husband on their engagement, like, honeymoon trip. Anyways, I picked this flowery rug. I think it looks really cute, even though they kind of don't match, but that's okay, it's fine. Now these coffee tables, I do end up switching to this yellow color, and then I added a little dresser in this kind of sunset color, which I think is really cute, especially with the little hearts. And then for the color of the walls, I ended up going with this kind of green, blue, turquoisey color. And then I forgot the door to the bathroom, and I had to add that in right beside the bed. I don't know if that's weird, but that's just how that's going. For the tile, I wanted it to match the green vibes of the bedroom. So I added some green Copperdale tiles, a green tub, green walls, and you know what? I just ran with it and then added a coral mirror to match the other parts of the room, like the bed and stuff like that. For the boys, they seem to love blue, so I added in the blue tile from the Copperdale, and then added some blue walls and changed it to just a white and black like fixtures, which I think is really nice. For the downstairs, we started off with Max's bedroom, ended up going with this kind of blue bed, and then I picked his door. I didn't love that one, so I actually ended up swapping it to a different one. This one, I think it looks nice. I did originally want him to be kind of like a farmer outside guy, but I think now I kind of want him to be a gamer. It just kind of makes sense. His dad was a writer and he's literally a genius, so I think what better way to stimulate his mind than with wonderful video games. For the basement, I wanted things to be kind of dark and gloomy and, I don't know, moody, I guess. So I went with a lot of dark colors. As you can see, for the bedroom, I ended up going with a navy blue and then swapped the desk out for a black and yellow one. And then I believe I just went with a white chair just to add a little bit of lightness back into the room with the trim and the chair. For the rug, I was gonna do this kind of space one. I don't know if I ended up staying with it. I think I switched it out, but I don't know. Yeah, there we go. So there's the rug, there's his like streaming setup. I added in this bookcase to kind of pull the blues together, and then actually went around the whole room with this kind of LED strip light. You know, who doesn't love strip light? I don't know. I love it, but that could just be me. I also wanted to add in some nightstands, and I like gave him his little tablet as I mentioned before. I added in some cute little what are they called, like LED lights. I don't know, no rhyme or reason, just thought it looked good. I then went around and added some posters and stuff to the walls because there is no windows, so it makes it really hard to decorate and make it look good. So I just filled the walls with posters and then gave him a little TV in his room in case he wants to watch something. I also put a cactus in his room because I wanted a plant, but I wasn't sure what kind of plant he would really go for. So that's how that is. Now, I wanted to give him like some school kind of cluttered stuff. He's a very neat boy, so I didn't want to make it too cluttered. So I gave him like a little garbage can and then like a little bit of a book cluttered pile. And then I didn't want anything kind of nerdy or geeky in his room, so I actually swapped that out for this black one. And I think his room is looking really, really good. Now, for the rest of it, I wasn't sure what kind of color I wanted to go with. I wanted to go with like a darker gray, so I ended up going with this one, and I think it turned out really, really well. Now, I do have to be honest, I forgot to record me doing the basement, so here it is. You've got the living quarters. There's like a little I guess like eating place. There's board games. You've got like a little social. The 2 bathrooms are done. I'm really sorry that I just didn't record it. It is all streamed, so if you want to go check out my Twitch, it's at Riverstump. Yeah, again, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just too caught up in everything. But I decided to start cluttering the house, and I went along and things just kept disappearing. So it made it a little difficult, but that's fine. But yeah, I was just adding signs to it, figuring out what I liked, what I didn't, you know, just if there was anything that would look good down here for teenage boys. So I'll cut back to when I am all done. So we're pretty much done here. As you can see, I also put like a little record wall. I will go back to that. Here's a quick little tour of everything since you missed it. And I did go through and kind of rearrange them, which I think looked so much better. I knew I wanted some kind of record wall, but I wasn't sure if I pulled it off or not, so let me know if you like it or not. For the kitchen, I knew I wanted some sort of tile along the back. I just wasn't sure what. I was gonna go with this wallpaper, but I was like, that looks absolutely ridiculous. So that got scrapped real quick. I did want to go with another pink to match the bathroom, but I wasn't loving that either. So I just went with a white tile, not this one, but the other white tile. There we go. That looks so much better. So I do go back, there you go. And then I just wanted to go through debug and add some clutter in. So paper towels, utensils. I did add in a coffee maker and a dishwasher. I know. How fancy are we? So yeah, we have a dishwasher now. I gave us like this cute little toast clock, which I thought was adorable. And yeah, we pretty much only have the robot garbage cans other than the one I put in the basement. So I didn't give us an outside trash can, but if I find it's filling up, then I definitely can. There's the dishwasher, there's the microwave. Very, very fancy coffee maker. We're gonna be in business. I wanted some plants, but it clipped through the wall there, so we got rid of that one and ended up going with the potted palm, and then just turned it around. Of course, I didn't forget about the dogs. I put their food dishes along the back wall and then added in this cute little blue and pink rug for them, and then added in a little kitchen rug. And then yeah, just went along looking for things to add, plants, fun stuff. I don't know. There's our table centerpiece. I did also add in like a little coat rack. We'll see that in a minute. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's cute. I kind of like the pinks and the blues. I've never really built like this before, but it just brings a lot of happiness into the build, which I think it was lacking. At my last one, it was just a very generic build, where this one's like fun and colorful and quirky, and I don't know, I just like it. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. But we are just kind of going through and wrapping some stuff up, so we're adding posters and stuff. You will see there is some empty spots on the wall where I do leave it, just because I wanted us to decorate with the stuff like Nia's painted and the family photos that I forgot about. I also added like a little bit of those like in just the empty frames. You can see me doing those here, just so we can kind of go and add our own pictures to them. So yeah, I added the bigger one in here, and I think it's looking really cute, but it will look so much better once we have them all filled. Here's me looking for that closet, or not closet, but like the coat shoe rack combo, which I couldn't find for the life of me for the longest time. But I did find it. I ended up adding the knives to the kitchen wall if you missed that. And then I ended up just scrolling through literally everything and just found these cute little aprons. Don't know who's going to be using them, but they're there now. And then I still just looking for that one coat rack. So I'm going to cut back to when we actually find it. Poof, there we are. Coat rack in, I found this little dog shelf, which I actually sized down because why is it so big? And then I actually ended up adding a little toy box underneath of it for the dogs so we can go outside and play and just do fun things. This is what I'm looking for now. But yeah, there we go. Toy box in. I think it's really cute. It makes it a little homey. I added this cute little pink rug to the door, and I'm really liking the way the house is turning out. Now I just need to go in, add a little bit of finishing details to the bathroom, add some artwork, which I actually decided to leave a little empty as I was mentioning before, and then go in with some curtains. Obviously the pink bathroom needs pink curtains because it would be ridiculous if I used anything else. And then I also added this plant to the bathroom, and then I'm just looking for art, but I don't really know if I want any. I decided to leave it empty just so I can swap it out rather than falling in love with an art piece and not wanting to get rid of it. So there we go, soaps in the bathroom. I needed to add curtains to it, even though the windows are kind of driving me nuts up here. I couldn't just leave it. I also realized I forgot to add a door to the kids' bathroom, so door is added, problem is solved. Swapped out the toilets for the nicer one because I don't know why I went back. And then added the towels, a mirror. Obviously we can't do a mirror in the window, so I added a stand mirror to the boys' bathroom, and then the little bath mats. I also added in the kids' kind of towels. I did want it sized up, but it was looking a little weird, so I left it. But you know, just some less fancy towels for the two kids. And then for her bedroom, I actually ended up going with these green curtains from the like outdoor desert pack with this lovely curtain rod. I love it so much. And then I added those to both of them and then just moved all the furniture so it wasn't clipping. Dog bed I thought was perfectly fine. Sorry if it's bothering you, I guess. For Leo's room, I added in some posters, some artwork, things I thought would be fun. Leo the lion, of course. And yeah, I don't know. I wanted to add some of his drawings from when he was a kid around, so I left a little bit of his walls empty. I also went with more like school stuff for Brad. And I didn't know what to put on that wall at first, but I was searching because it was just so empty. I did end up finding something to put on it. It was that sloth, there we go. And the llama, I think it looks perfectly fine. He is still a kid, so. And I just realized that window is higher and it's driving me nuts now. So I'll need to fix that when I go back into the build. Sorry if I'm driving you crazy or I've missed something else. If I have missed something that is off in this build, please comment it down below. I will go fix it. But I just kind of added some school stuff to the cubby. A little journal from school, and it was looking good, but I need to add curtains. So I looked through all of the high school years, but I really wasn't liking it for this style of bedroom, maybe for their teen bedrooms, I don't know. So I actually ended up adding that blue curtain, which I think looks nice, and then just moved the desk and stuff out. But unfortunately that cabinet is stuck to the wall, so I had to just put it back to the one, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. For his room, I was going to use the same curtains, but actually decided to use a fun one. And these have the cloud in the sky, so I actually used that, which I think looks adorable, and of course fixed everything. I wasn't sure if you could get into bed there, so I swapped the art table around. Obviously we will fix everything as we kind of play test with it, but yeah, I just kind of added those curtains to everywheres. And this build is wrapping up pretty fast. Obviously we still need to do a little bit to the outside before they move in, like add the tree house, but we are wrapping up super fast. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you like it, what you would want me to change, and I can honestly go from there. But yeah, any constructive criticism is wonderful and I love to have it. So you can see me just kind of adding the last final details like the front porch, and I actually added a little rocking chair and this cute little table. I just think it's so fun out here and cozy, and I really hope I can just see my Sims hanging out and enjoying their time outside. And I did also add a grill to the outdoors, so you can see me kind of there. I added a little picnic table, made it a little bit bigger, and then just kind of took a look at the house. And now I did want to add some columns to the front and some bushes, as you can see, just kind of along the front to give it a bit more greenery. Obviously we'll do more landscaping as we move the family in. You can also see me change the whole house to green. I think it looks so much better than that beige color. But yeah, that's just how it's looking right now. But I'm really happy with it, and there's those pillars going in. I did have to adjust the roof a little bit, but I will just cut to when that is all done. So there we go, there's the finished house, and we just need to add a pathway in and we are good to go. I hope you've enjoyed, and I really hope to see you in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye.